All right, man. I'm here today with my boy Stan. He's back again for another one. He blessing us with his presence. Like I always say, if you stumbled upon this podcast, then you are in the right place. Man, what's going on?
Hey, man, what's good with you?
Just left class, of course. We both just left Spanish class. That's something that we can definitely work on and get better at, man.
Right.
But we want to talk about some stuff that we actually know and we can shed some good light on. The whole situation was going on with the whole Rick Pitino. Have you actually done a lot of research about that? What's going on?
There ain't too much research to be done. Really, it's just the depth of it. I don't necessarily know yet, but I kind of can get the context of what's happening.
I bet a lot of these college coaches definitely got a couple fall guys to fall back on. I seen schools with Auburn in it, man. This is a big investigation that has been going on forever.
They say 10 schools so far.
And Rick Pitino just got caught last year with the the prostitute thing. Yeah. And he tried to act like, I don't know what's going on. I can't believe this. Man, we know what's going on.
He's a repeat offender though. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, and then you had the girl with the scarlet letter that she sent talking about he was in a relationship with her, extramarital affairs.
Oh.
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, we got fired for that too.
No, when was this?
This like 2 years ago. You remember that? She was like
I didn't know this at all.
She was trying to extort that man for money.
Wow.
Like legit money.
But it actually boils down to the athletes. At the end of the day, whether it's Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, these guys, they have something to do with this too. So they need to go at these brands because we know that when you go to these Nike camps, these recruiters like, hey man, come on,
building relationships.
Building relationships and this go beyond the court. So This isn't just about basketball. It's hey man, you do this, I'm gonna set you up with this agent, and then this is what we got in store for you.
Come to this school that's going to give you this platform. And at the same time, you're helping yourself, you're helping me because this platform is allowing everybody to see my name, my brand on your chest. That's what it is, really, when it comes to these dollar signs.
That's big, and that's
huge.
Have you seen those shoe deals? I mean, not even the shoe deals, but the whole contract deals that they got with, like, I think UCLA. Getting over 200-some million from, who is it? Is it Adidas. Yeah. And then you got Ohio State with Nike. Yeah. It's like
Bron, all that. Yeah.
And that's actually something to pay attention to because last year when Ohio State got into the playoffs, people was wondering like why did Ohio State get in the playoffs? And then they was like, well, kind of got something to do with branding, Nike,
the fans, right? Your tribe behind you.
So it's Nike. Like no matter what you do, somehow, some way, business always seem to get away. And then once again, because me and you talked last week, and we were talking about college athletes should get paid. You got these guys, a lot of this stuff wouldn't be going on. So a lot of these guys taking, hey, Cam Newton said, hey, what does dad say? I need $50,000 for my son.
I need $400,000 for my son.
Come to find out, they wound up getting Mississippi State was involved with that, and then they try to say that Auburn was doing stuff. Auburn probably did.
Guaranteed. I'm guarantee that. No, just don't guarantee that.
Yeah, we know, but if these players was actually getting paid, these players were actually getting compensated for what they brought to the table, you wouldn't have these things going on. You got Cam Newton, a guy who sells out arenas, of course, when he was at Auburn and stuff. And he had a lot of excitement behind that team.
No doubt.
And like I said, you got the Jerry Joneses who's taking advantage of these guys. You got Arthur Blank who's taking advantage of these guys. But you mean I can't get at least 1,000? And it goes back to the conversation that everybody has. That everybody has to have. Are they student athletes? Or are they athlete students?
Well, we already know they're professionals. I mean, they're not getting the compensation that professionals would normally get, but they're asked to do and perform the same duties as all other professionals, if not more so. I mean, the hours you're putting in every day, the hours you're putting in every week, the hours you're putting in every month are equivalent, if not more, to a number
crazy.
Job.
And you know what? I wonder what kind of sanctions are actually going to come down. Are they going to ban, Louisville from, the tournament and stuff like that? Because
I don't think they will. I think they'll just mainly just come down on the top guys.
Self-imposed. Sometimes they want to self-impose these sanctions,
but they'll lose a lot of money.
They will
if they actually sanction them from the postseason and whatnot. I think that's not a route they're going to take.
It happens in college football, and it's been happening forever. I think I was watching a 30 for 30 one time, and I want to say was it Dickerson, the one with the SMU.
Yeah.
And I remember what did the guy say? He said, if you don't go to Texas, you would never get a job in this state. I'll make sure that you never get a job. I don't know. I guess it was somebody from Texas alma mater, or
Texas
it was
A&M.
Texas A&M,
yeah.
And he was in like a higher ranking position, whether it was with the school or it was like a government job. He literally told him, he told him like, I'll make sure that you never get a job in the state of Texas.
Oh, yeah.
So you got a lot of things that's actually going into this situation, man.
Man, another point that somebody recently made to me was, and I kind of had to agree with them. They were like, dude, athletics as far as college go, it's all types of levels. It's D3, it's D2, it's D1. There are no scandals in D2 or D3. Why? It's the same sport, right? It's football, it's basketball, it's track, whatever the case is. Baseball.
Let me try to answer this question.
Why?
Why are there no scandals? Because they're not getting a big contracts with the brands. Is that why? Because some of them are there.
I think it's way less simple.
Okay.
It's just purely because it's revenue based.
Okay.
It's not revenue based. It's really about the level of the sport at D2. How much are the coaches getting paid D2? As much as your teachers are getting paid.
Okay.
As much as your college professors are getting paid. Now, how much is Nick Saban getting paid?
$9 million.
Compare that to your biology teacher in Alabama.
I actually did a presentation on this. Nick Saban is the highest paid public official in the state of Alabama.
Easily. It's not close.
The highest paid to go out there and coach these athletes.
Right.
But then again, they're like, why do you deserve any money? Because I got you that job. The reason why you have that job is because you're winning games.
He's not making one tackle right now. He's not catching an interception. He's not throwing the ball. So
he's not. And a lot of coaches also get exposed. Like I know, man, you talked about Nick Saban last year. Like the guys who are under Bill Belichick, the Bill Belichick coaching tree, like Charlie Wise, the Romeo Cornell. And
Josh
McDaniels.
Right.
And now you got Bill O'Brien, who is having success. And I gotta say, Deshaun Watson, man, he was giving it to my parents.
Yeah,
he looked good.
He looked good.
And this the thing. I don't expect for no rookie to beat Bill Belichick. I don't think a rookie has beat Bill Belichick. I think Russell Wilson. Oh, I'm sorry. I think so. At home. Remember Russell Wilson did with the Seahawks. Yeah, but at home, that's like easy money. I know, I don't expect but I'll tell you right now, Deshaun Watson grew because when he played the Bengals, my hometown team, when he played Cincinnati the first week, he was so nervous and he did not. And then he came in New England. I'm like, this guy is killing us. Like
you showed how special he was in college.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, you knew that. He had the championship.
Definitely.
That's crazy.
Definitely. Under the guy Dabo, who you said that you don't care about. I'm pretty sure if y'all watched the last episode, well, if y'all actually heard the last podcast, boy Stan said he doesn't care about Dabo.
Hot take moment. Dabo got his career saved by Deshaun Watson. Period. He saved the guy's life. I mean, let's just put it like that. He owed that man some money. Yeah. No problem.
Hey, but anyways, he in the NFL doing his thing, and now they got the other quarterback, Bryant and stuff. Deshaun.
Bryant, I believe. Yeah.
I think so. Deshaun actually tweeted out and said that he gonna be better than him. So maybe that could just be him giving him some high praise and stuff. Which
you watched him?
Which happens? Yes, I have. He's fast.
I think athletically,
fast.
He is more gifted than Deshaun Watson, but I don't think he got it between the ears yet like Deshaun did. Deshaun he was unflappable.
Okay,
I mean, the kid would. In the last 2 minutes, I don't want nobody else in college.
Anytime you come back on Alabama down like that,
I need him. Yeah,
that's the guy you need.
Yeah.
Who did it? Who else did it? Cam Newton did it to him.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna say the dude Kelly from Ole Miss, Chad Kelly. He was already ahead of Alabama.
They was kind of
they was already beating him in a couple lucky catches. But whenever you got that talent to do that, that's something special, definitely. But on the whole NFL tip, you got a lot of these athletes standing up to President Trump. Now we didn't talk about that. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we kind of little behind, but we gonna fill all y'all in, and we gonna give y'all our take on how this went down. Me personally, being a veteran, both of us are veterans.
2 priors.
I do not have a problem with what's going on with the whole NFL taking a stand. But this is the thing. Why did it take for that to happen? And then again, I kind of think that Kaepernick's message is still being misconstrued. Like I don't think, and now the owners are like, oh, we need to come together with unity. So what about when Colin Kaepernick was out there doing it by himself? Why did it take for President Trump to say something?
Shield. It's always about the It's always about the presentation of the league. It's not necessarily about right or wrong. It's not about morality. It's not about anything else other than the bottom line. How much money is this getting us? What do we look like to the public? That's what it is. Once everybody got apart from Donald Trump's message, like, hey, we need to separate from this guy as far as the venom he's spewing. Now all of a sudden everybody's like, we on board.
A lot of the owners, and this is the thing about it. So if all the owners were able, I don't know whether it was a mass via email sent out or they got on the phone, but everybody seemed to be in cahoots with this. So what factor did y'all play in the Colin Kaepernick then? If y'all can do this in one day, I can just imagine over a span of an NFL season, the things that they were saying to be like, oh, Kaepernick, you ain't got to worry about it because you ain't gonna be back in the NFL. Although he did walk away from that deal, which
San Fran,
which a lot of people talk about. Like, well, he actually opted out of this deal, and if he wanted to be playing, then he should have stayed there. So
I don't like that point either. We're in a free market. He's in a free market. He shouldn't be denied the right to have access to his job, to his employment. That's actually illegal. But they can do what they want. They're a private organization.
Private. So, yep. You got it about that. So that's interesting. Definitely. And then the funny thing about it is you got guys like Ryan Mallett, who's backing up. And like I said, we talked about this again last week. You got these NFL quarterbacks. You can't tell me that it's 10 good backups. Maybe not even 5 good backups in the NFL. And Kaepernick, if you put him in the right position, like I said, Carolina. I think Carolina, because if you want to give Cam a break, Cam is just also always like power, but to switch it up and to put him in there, Seattle. Yeah, again, right. But it's like you can't if you want Cap to drop back and throw the ball, let's say 40 times a game. That's not Colin Kaepernick.
No, that's not him.
He needs to be in a option offense and stuff like
RPOs,
that.
RPOs. He needs to run some run pass options.
Yeah,
that's what he does. That's
he's
what he's great at.
He's not Aaron Rodgers and stuff. Like right. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, man, the Bengals, y'all got to learn how to win. They had him. That's my hometown team. They had Aaron Rodgers. They have to. It's a culture thing.
Yeah, well, I think that comes from the top down. I think Marvin Lewis is done.
You think so?
He's out, man. He's underachieved for how many years now?
The Bengals have one of the best rosters,
easy, top to bottom,
in the NFL, and it's been like that forever. The Bengals draft better than probably every NFL team, or you can probably only put a couple NFL teams that draft better than the Bengals.
I will go at you with the Chiefs, and that's probably it. Getting
I think the Packers, because the Packers don't even go in the free agent market.
Montgomery, 3rd round draft pick, I believe, or 2nd round.
Rodgers, the Packers. If you had to sit back and think, like, it's not too many teams. Okay, so they're definitely top 5 when it comes to draft. The Patriots, on the other hand, he got Tom, got Gronk, but there's been a lot of misses as well in the first round, like in the second round, like
who you got?
It was miss.
Yeah.
Like basically, okay. Who did I like? I didn't like the Ellis Hobbs pick. I didn't like that pick. He played. Okay. And Ellis Hobbs wasn't bad at all. But
serviceable safety.
Yes, the jumping up to get Garoppolo, I still don't understand that. But then again, it's probably not for me to understand.
2nd round pick though.
But that's like, you know how many other guys was in the draft?
I mean, you got
how many guys? You know how many
41 or 42 now, right?
40.
Yeah.
You know how many guys in the draft? And you jump up to go get a second to go get home. Who else have I like? The receiver pick. You got Dobson. The Patriots have not drafted a receiver.
Aaron Dobson, definitely.
Dobson.
What receivers do they draft though? I mean, that's not. They'll get a guy off the street and make him receiver.
Dobson. That made me mad. Well, and it was the other guy that we got from TCU, because Aaron Dobson's foot was messed up just like his whole career. With another
TCU?
One. He came from TCU, and I think he's in the NFL. He's playing somewhere right now. I gotta find it.
You talking about Newman? No,
not Newman. I gotta actually find the guy who I'm talking about.
Dobson.
No, it's not him. No, good.
Okay.
I'm talking about. Dobson is with the Redskins. I think right now out there balling. But no. I'm talking about Dobson. He came from Marshall. Patriots wanted to jump up and they went to get him. They also went to go get another guy from TCU in that draft. Now, although I point out flaws, we gotta keep in mind this is Bill Belichick, and he also has made me very proud by going to get Trey Flowers. I want to say in the 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah,
the defensive end. He's a monster.
He's all right.
From Arkansas, and they got another one from what's his name? Number 98. Number 98. I want to say White. I'm gonna figure out his name, but anyways, he went to go get him as well, and he got Flowers, last year. Now he went to dip down and went to go get this guy.
Right.
So he has done a lot of great things. But back to the Bengals. Like, I know every year I said the Bengals is going to get one of the best players in college football, and they never fail.
Joe Mixon.
The Bengals, yes.
Right.
Every year you can count on the Bengals to go get that star player who can change your organization. But it's like when it comes to just winning, when it comes to putting everything together and putting all those tools, all of those tools together, it's like, what's going on? Because they have like Denard. I know you remember Denard from Michigan State.
Right.
Go up and run.
Problem. Yeah.
He gets to They have Jackson.
Kirkland, yeah. Kirkpatrick
from Alabama.
Yeah.
Adam Jones. Yeah. Then you got the guy
Nelson at one time too.
Yeah, you
in the back.
They had Jonathan Joseph. Like the Bengals get everybody they want, and it's just my problem with the Bengals is, of course, like you said, the leadership, and it's also
right there.
You're right. It is leadership, and it's also the free agents market. Why not bring in a veteran to help these guys? Like the Bengals' best pickup in free agency would be someone like Carlos Dansby, who would be like in his 14th year, and I'm like, why are you going to go get him? Like,
I think they have veterans, but their veterans don't behave as such. Adam Jones been in the league how long?
Over 10.
Over 10. I mean, you got rid of Terrence Newman, even though he's a serviceable player, right? Not Terrence Newman, but is it Terrence Newman?
No, not Terrence.
What's his name? You don't talk about.
Minnesota.
He's in Minnesota now.
Oh yeah, and Nakamura. I gotta get his name. I gotta get his name.
I believe it is Terrence Newman, actually, or no?
No. One.
Quarterback played at K-State.
No. Did the Bengals have
Y'all had him. Y'all had the corner. Then I'm talking about Newman.
Because I know for a fact they also had another cornerback and
Leon Hall.
Yeah, Leon Hall.
Yeah.
They had another cornerback that actually played for the Vikings as well. And I want to say like Nakamura. It got like a crazy Captain Munnerlyn.
Oh yeah.
That's who it was.
Yeah.
Captain Munnerlyn. Captain Munnerlyn. So the Bengals, when it comes to them actually going to get whoever they want, the Bengals do that.
You got Geno Atkins. I mean, you got with the boy in the middle. I mean, the boy in the middle been in there for how long? I mean, he's
about 5, 6. Geno Atkins is a monster.
Beast.
You got Carlos Dunlap.
Right.
Beast. You got this Lawson guy. Well, I'm like, he looked like Von Miller out there. Like
Manny? Manny, right?
But you know what they said? Marvin Lewis, like, we just haven't had a chance to show our pass rush because everybody is running the ball on us because we can't score the ball, so they don't have to throw the ball. But this Lawson guy, I'm like, how did they find him? Once again, a lot of teams pass up on him, and the Bengals is like, boom.
Lead NC State, if I'm not mistaken.
No, yeah. Auburn,
Manny Lawson? Okay,
Lawson, let me make sure. This Lawson came from Auburn. You're right. I'm sorry.
NC State.
You thinking of Manny Lawson. No. They got a rookie. They got a rookie named Lawson. I just don't know his first name.
Okay.
Was out there. He was giving AR the business out there. Aaron Rodgers couldn't.
AR missing his 2 tackles though. Missing those 2.
He was
hurt me in fantasy, by the way.
He was. Who did you play? Who did you play on your fantasy team?
I ain't gonna talk about it. It was bad. Let's just know Aaron Rodgers played horrible.
Bad week. See, this is the thing with fantasy. I don't do fantasy no more because you know what? I realize when I do fantasy, I start rooting for teams who I shouldn't root for. Yeah. And I think I said that on here before. So what I'll do is forget fantasy. I'll do the what is it?
Pick'ems.
Nah, that's the little where you like bet and stuff. Where you do the little what is it called? The little like fantasy leagues where you can actually like bet on them.
The daily.
Yeah, the little daily.
Okay.
Those because you get money out of it. But then I stopped doing that. So what I'll do now is somebody told me about Brovado.
Never heard of it.
Sports betting website.
Okay.
Crazy. You can like do lines and stuff like that.
Parlays and all that. Yeah,
man.
Okay.
Which I actually lost and I stopped because I had a $60 bet. This is the time I took UCLA to beat Texas A&M, and Texas A&M was blowing them out. They came back. I was so happy. Guess who lost me my money? Georgia Tech and Tennessee. I picked Georgia Tech. I should have took the spread. That was my fault for not taking the spread. I think Georgia Tech was front of a 4-point spread, and I didn't take it. I took Georgia Tech for the win. It's overtime. Why they wanted going for 2 points and they didn't make it? And I was so mad. And I went to sleep and I couldn't sleep.
It's a bad beat. Yeah.
I laid down. I just stayed in the bed like, man, they just lost me my money.
It's easy. Oh, they'll do it to you. You can't depend on 18-year-old, 19-year-old.
That's sports.
It's hard.
That's sports. And then again, sometimes when you bet on them, like I'd be mad if I'm putting up $150 and $200 something and then you mean to tell me my quarterback or my receiver get hurt? I want my money back. Right. Like, it's a part of the game.
Yeah.
It's part of the game, and they ain't giving no refunds at all. But anyways, enough about the whole college football and the whole NFL. We done had some big sparks happen.
Oh man,
we had some big sparks happen in the NBA. NBA, definitely.
D Wade, oh God.
How you feel about that?
It depends on what D Wade we're gonna get now. Is that D Wade that was in Chicago was kind of just like, hey, my team is bad, so I'm not really gonna go as hard. You know what I mean? I'm gonna kind of do minimal, provide minimal effort, whatever the case is, and maybe he's rejuvenated now because he's linked up with LeBron and on the championship team. Then you got a real piece. But if it's that same one from last year, I don't know.
Are we gonna get a healthy D Wade? That's the biggest problem because we know in Miami, and I'm pretty sure for everybody out there listening, D Wade couldn't stay healthy. And I remember it was times when Manu Ginobili was just giving him the business, and we know that LeBron needed the extra. Okay, so this is the thing about LeBron. First, I'm gonna put this out there. Okay. LeBron cannot be the best scorer on the team because when it comes to the fourth quarter or something like that, he just might come up miss. We know that LeBron can get everybody excited.
I can't agree with that one.
All right, you gotta go. That's how you gotta tell me.
I can't agree with that one. All right, go ahead.
You have to. I mean, it's funny right now. LeBron is the ultimate team player, right?
Gotcha.
So, like I said, LeBron can have 8 points, 12 assists, 12 rebounds, and you'll win. But if you want LeBron to, get a fire ignited and get it started, I don't think that's LeBron James in a scoring column. Man. Because it's times where LeBron will have flashes, will definitely have flashes, and we're like, why didn't you do that the whole game? And how many times have you probably sat back and thought about it, like, man, LeBron, like against Iguodala and them when they was losing, and he kept doing a spin dunk, he was driving to the rim. Game 4, and was dunking. I'm like, why didn't you do that the whole game, LeBron? And it's too many times in LeBron's career where we'll have instances of that. Also, then you can also throw at me like, well, what about when he dropped 25 straight on Detroit and stuff like that? But
I mean, I wouldn't even go that far. I would go back to when he led the whole finals in every statistical category.
Oh yeah, that's LeBron. He can do that.
Back 41-point games to lead him to the championship. I would go there as far as you can't talk about a guy can't score or be the lead dog as far as scoring is concerned. He's getting 40 plus. That's hard to say.
Yes, because you know what? LeBron dominates with his physical presence. Now, skill-wise,
IQ is.
Oh yeah. His IQ,
everything to me.
But skill, like post game, he still doesn't have a post game, and that's a problem.
LeBron has a mid post game right now.
LeBron does not have. LeBron does not. You would not sit here and say LeBron.
He does. He does.
Crap! Where did you see that?
Fade away off the glass. No. We're doing all that.
So his post game is better.
Doing that right now.
No.
Post game better than who? Who we talking about?
Kawhi Leonard.
No.
Kawhi.
Yes.
Kawhi?
Right
no
now,
way.
Yes. Spot up Trey ball game? Nah.
No, he does not.
Everything else, yes.
And that's the thing. At times you watch LeBron, you be like, why don't they start the offense with like somebody bring it up and then they actually started with LeBron in the post. Now he's already close to the basket because we know with Golden State, teams like Golden State to do this. What they do is everybody shot at LeBron. Now it's much harder because I got all my perimeter shooters out there. Yeah. So enter the ball to me in the post and let me work on Dollar, let me work on Draymond, and when they collapse down, I hit out the one of the 3-ball shooter.
It's hard to go with that route, man. Only reason why is because LeBron is such a threat in the middle of the floor because he sees everything and he can get the ball to you no matter where you are on the hardwood. It's just you kind of can't take him and put him on one side of the floor and say, hey, operate here and we'll be good over here. Not on that team at least. Definitely not. Who's going to create on the backside? Who's going to create the driving kick if Kyrie's not there?
But you know what? This is LeBron. This is another thing about LeBron James. LeBron has to have someone that can definitely create their own shot, like D Wade, like when they were down in Miami, somebody else to actually get the offense started and with Kyrie and Cleveland, and now we know Kyrie just went to Boston, but those are the guys who are viewed as like will be the closer. I think LeBron can get you there, but when you need somebody to just seal the deal, I think those would be the guys rather than LeBron James because that jumper has been suspect. Although the jumper looked good last year, it looked good last year.
No longer a suspect, no more.
But at times, LeBron has definitely struggled with that, as of having a consistent jump shot and stuff like that. True. And I realized something, and I know if I realized this. The NBA athletes should realize this. I remember that shot he hit on the backup center for the Warriors last year, Festus Ezeli.
Right.
When he actually went up 3, and once LeBron goes to the left, it's like the the left side of the floor, and it's a 3-point line.
Right.
He's gonna shoot, and I've called this out in a couple games. When he come right there and he's just right there, he's gonna pull it every time.
Most right hand basketball players, it's easier to line myself up when I'm going left and I come.
But
back.
it's like, why not press up? Like, why not press up on him and then force LeBron to attack the rim stuff?
How do you force it? Are you gonna force him to attack the rim to do his best thing? I mean, he's even handed. I mean, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but if you got a great defense like Golden State, who plays tremendous help side defense, then you're playing to his hands. But my thing with LeBron, honestly, you're right though. My biggest thing would be, you know what? If LeBron gonna beat me, he gonna have to beat me from the arc, flat out.
Right. Now,
and if LeBron is knocking down that three,
we'll give it to him. He won.
That's it. Then that's it.
Do nothing.
Then that's it. But adding D Wade to this team, I look at it from a different aspect. I think last year they didn't have nobody else to really go in the post. There was a guard besides, I guess, a LeBron. And Kyrie got someone in the post. Yeah, he does. Yeah, but when you put D Wade right there, and I'm pretty sure, we just and we're just foreshadowing D Wade in the post. He's probably gonna have Steph on him.
True.
That can be a definite mismatch.
Or Clay. Perhaps. You never know.
No. Okay. So if they got Steph on the floor.
If Isaiah's out there, I think Steph guards Isaiah, and then I think Clay probably goes.
Okay.
To Wade.
But then again, and that might be a problem because you might have to, because Isaiah is a monster. Don't get me wrong, but he's just so small. So
him and Steph kind of cancel each other out to me. I don't know. They both don't play enough defense.
They don't play enough defense, but I'll take Steph over Isaiah because of the fact
defensively
he's bigger. Size does matter.
I mean, in the way he plays, I don't know.
But that 3-ball he done. You like Steph defense is his offense, his 3-ball. So you have to come back.
Defense is their offense. I think their defense is overblown, but
you think their defense? No, they have
I do.
Clay. You got Draymond. Draymond can make the worst player get out there and show some enthusiasm and play. Draymond Green's a great defensive specialist now.
Draymond Green can play defense. True, he puts a lot of effort into defense, but there's some people he cannot guard, even though he's supposed to be the defensive stopper. Hey, LeBron. Any of the high level players, he can't stop him. So really, what is his value?
Nobody can stop LeBron.
So what is his value? What is his real value?
You contain him.
If he's a defensive stopper,
he rubs off on everybody else. He rubs off on everybody else.
And you a scorer. Against this guy, you can't score. You a scorer? You a scorer? What are you? Then?
I got that. I got that. But Draymond does a great job. And you know what? No one person can stand in front of LeBron. Nor can one person stand in front of Kevin Durant. Nor can one person stand in front of
Kawhi.
Steph.
I'm not going there. I think somebody can stay in front of Steph, and they have before.
Who, Kyrie?
I think 2016 when they lost. I think Iman Shumpert did a great job. By the way,
get out of here!
A healthy Iman Shumpert did
get out of here! Get out of here! He did good, but
do the screens, which is what you have to do against a Steph.
But you know what? You want to tell you why? Because Steph, although that team did set the record for 72-10, that was the year they set 72-10.
Oh yeah.
They needed. I realized, and I point this out. Steph isn't that guy. Steph is once again that guy. That, once you get there, he'll shoot threes and do all that. They needed that Kevin Durant. They needed that person to actually finish you off, and now they wasn't.
You think they needed?
They was not. Yeah, if it was anybody else besides Kawhi Leonard, besides Kawhi Leonard,
just won.
It don't matter. They couldn't. They was not gonna get past the Cavs.
Nobody else changed anything. The Cavs didn't get any better from a roster standpoint. What did they do to change?
Don't blame me. If I'm the GM,
I'm asking you, what did they do when they lost? When they lost to the Cavs, what did the Cavs do that year to make the roster better?
What did the Cavs do? Nothing. They came back where they lost Dellavedova, which was
right. Addition by subtraction, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, they did, but I don't care.
You don't need a KD. I don't understand.
Yes, they needed that.
If you can get them, go get him. But if need them,
for one, I'm gonna tell you this right now. My best score, like I always go back and say, my best score going against a LeBron James can't be under 6'3", 6'4". My best score in these, and then look, you gotta hear me out right here. You gotta hear me out. D Rose with the Bulls. What was his problem? D Rose was the man. Don't get me wrong. He also was the youngest MVP ever, but he didn't have no one else to create a shot. So what happened? We know knowing that LeBron can guard just about every position.
Right.
They throw LeBron on you and it just clamps you down.
Yeah, collapse.
Now Somebody like Kawhi Leonard, he has a problem with because he's 6'7", 6'6". Somebody like KD. So you have to have in that circumstance, you have to have somebody that's bigger who can definitely do his thing. You don't even they don't even have to get other players involved. But for someone to get my offense started and actually create shots, we gotta have somebody that can definitely go at LeBron for one. And it's only probably two, a couple players that can do that in the NBA. James Harden. James Harden go ahead. Yeah. Kawhi. KD. I'm just thinking of like one-on-one step. I don't want to miss nobody.
I think now that Kyrie's not there, I think Kyrie would be able to.
Nobody.
Kyrie with the ball and
nobody. I said nobody. I remember a couple years ago, me and my boys had an argument about that. A couple years on Facebook. Now this is before they even went to the fight. It's like, who would you take, Steph or Kyrie? I said Kyrie. What are you talking about? Are you kidding me?
The team? Yeah,
like Jimmy Kyrie.
Right now,
It was like, no, Steph is this and that. Now I'll say this: when it comes to like leadership, Steph might have him beating that because it kind of depends on what do you want in a leader and how do you see a leader because we know Kyrie, like, just give me the ball. I don't care about all that other stuff you talk about. I'm gonna play defense, bro. I'm gonna drop 60. Play defense, and whenever y'all open, I'm gonna get y'all the ball. Right. But we seen Steph done got kind of bottled up, and last year Kyrie took it to him, and I was like, Steph, come on, man. Come on, man.
He played D.
He did.
Everything.
But you know what? I guess you could say Steph got him back this year.
I mean, can you say that? Or can you say that our team was just better than yours? Period.
Yeah.
We were better.
The Cavs needed one more. The Cavs one more player.
Might need two more at that moment. I think that LeBron's greatness overshadowed the fact that they needed one more the year before. They needed two more with KD.
And then remember, they still went what? They still went to 6 when LeBron didn't have Kyrie or Kevin Love.
You didn't have a K-Love this year either when they lost. Because, I mean, he just played terrible, to be honest.
He does, but see, this is my problem with y'all, with people and Kevin Love. He did play terrible, but this is the thing. Whenever you take him and say, I want you to stand out there, right? You kind of change the way he played because in Minnesota he was always about a basket. We know with LeBron James he can't have a traditional post up guy. Why?
I don't believe that.
It's true because LeBron has to create and dish out. If you have somebody in a post, knowing that LeBron jumper isn't as automatic as it probably should be, then that clogs the lane for LeBron.
True.
So I find that as a problem. Somebody like Kyrie, he can have.
My question to you is. Is it on Kevin Love or LeBron James, or is it on Tyronn Lue, who is almost from the hometown, by the way, Kansas City, Missouri? Anyway, Raytown is where he went. Anyway, is it on him to create an offensive system that would allow Kevin Love to benefit from the spacing? Who operated in the high post? Who's operating there in the Cavs offense? It's not LeBron. So who's doing it?
It's not, but in that offense, it's LeBron, everybody get out the way, and I'll create for you. So this is the thing, and I've always said this about LeBron. LeBron is the system. I think people like Kobe and Mike was in a system, but LeBron is the system. We talk about the triangle.
I think that LeBron makes up for the fact that you don't have a system. I think that's as opposed to saying that.
So LeBron's had a system
You always have a system, no matter at Pee Wee level. If I coach Pee Wee kids, we're gonna have a system. So to say that we get to the NFL level or the NBA level that they want is kind of. They're gonna have
it's a LeBron career for everybody. And I will say this, Kevin Love, when he goes up against Draymond, I think Draymond and them guys get the best out of Kevin Love. Now, and then you gotta blame him.
What you mean? Like they get the better of him?
They funk him out. It's like he doesn't bring the intensity. It's like what happened to the Kevin Love in Minnesota? But you know what? People also talk about what happened to the Chris Bosh from Toronto. Chris Bosh was getting on my nerves when LeBron was in Miami because they didn't have no post defense at all. And then again,
when did he ever do that?
True. And then again, we also asked him to stick Tim Duncan, and Tim Duncan and them boys were just
perennial all-stars.
just kill him. Also, that was also a better team, I think. But through all this talking, I don't think I never answered the D Wade question. We don't went all the way on. Right. But anyways, how do I think D Wade is definitely going to fit this team? Like I said, I think you gave your statement. I think if it's a healthy D Wade, I think he'll be beneficial to the team. But he can't stretch the floor. LeBron can't be on the floor with somebody that can't stretch the floor because guess what? If you can't stretch the floor, now I'm bringing that extra defender just a little step over, and now we edging over even more. So when LeBron go to them lanes, boom, we right here, kick it out for a D Wade brick. That's why you can't do that when you got a J.R. Smith out there.
I understand where you're coming from with that, but I think that's about managing your roster and making sure certain people are in at certain times. Because when I got the second unit coming in, I needed to rest LeBron James.
Oh, yeah.
Now I just put my guy, D Wade, at the top and let him create for people for like Kyle Korver and whoever else, Kevin Love, whoever else is still on the floor with the second unit. That's how you get the most out of LeBron and D Wade at the same time. I think that can work.
That's actually crazy because coming into this, to like the postseason, remember just up until like a couple months ago, everybody was saying the Cavs had like an F. It's like, man, the Cavs got an F grade. The Cavaliers haven't done anything in this post, and now they get IT and IT, and then they get Crowder.
Jay Crowder is a big deal.
I thought that too.
I think he is.
It's another body. And there was another problem in the finals. Yes, there was you can't ask for LeBron to guard to start the offense, score, rebound, block shots,
hustle,
and say go guard Kevin Durant too.
Yeah,
you just can't do that.
Yeah.
And Kevin Durant had at least 5 people to guard LeBron, whether it be Clay, whether it be Draymond, whether it's KD, whether it's Iguodala, whether it's the guy from North Carolina that came off the bench, Morris, not Morris.
You're talking about McAdoo.
McAdoo, thank you. Yes, McAdoo. Now they just want to go draft.
They even put Livingston on him at one point.
Livingston, they just went to go draft the guy from Oregon. That's 7 people to guard him.
Yeah, Jay something. Yeah,
that's 7 people, and we know.
I like that kid too.
Yes, I like him. He's strong, and he can protect the rim. And and you know what? They got him. They said, you know what, LeBron, we gonna see you a couple more years. We got him specifically for you. But then again, everybody look big until they have to guard LeBron. Like I remember, I used to think Marcus Smart looked big, and then I seen him in college because it was like bullying people in college.
6'4", 230.
And then I seen him against LeBron. Like, whoa, LeBron make everybody look. Everybody is strong. Everybody is strong in college. Go against LeBron, and he makes them look
different.
Just so minute.
He's a superhuman, man, a little bit.
Just so minute compared to him. But where was I? I was talking about the whole LeBron D Wade. Yeah, like I said, I think that's definitely gonna be. I think it's gonna be good.
Now, my question to you again: we talk about all these moves and all this movement. How do you rate the D Wade moves to the moves of the Thunder? How would you compare them? Who made the better moves? Would you say?
I must say Cavs because the Cavs have more cohesion, and D Wade and LeBron have played. D Wade and LeBron have definitely played with each other more. So I'll go out that off cohesion. Well, now this is gonna be kind of tricky, right? Because Westbrook is, probably the best point guard in the NBA, and I don't even like to say point guard, shooting guard because now I feel in today's game, and like today's game, there is no people are positionless. Right. We got 6, 7 centers, and they can play 1 through 5 and stuff like that. But when you actually think about Westbrook, and he has to have a ball in his hands, we think about Melo, has to have a ball in his hands.
Ball
George probably can he play off ball? Probably he can, but Melo can also shoot. So that's the thing. Well, Westbrook driving. We remember last year and forever. The big problem has been a 2 guard, which is still the problem now because I'm Westbrook. I'm driving, going a full head of speed. But if I'm going to shooting guard, I'm gonna collapse over and what happened? Break from Robinson. Yeah. But now you got Melo to take some heat off of. Now you got Paul George. Yeah. That's gonna be big. And Melo playing a 4. We gonna see how Melo holds up.
I don't like Melo at the 4. On defense, I hate
defense. Yeah, I don't like it.
On offense, I need to see what kind of system they go run. If they got Melo running that mid post, then I think it's murder because he can extend out to the 3-point line, and it's all a problem at that point. And I would have Paul George running the baseline and creating movement, catching off the dribble, going or shooting, doing whatever he wanted to do. I would have Russ operating the top like normal. I think that's very easy to do and construct.
That is, and I also like Adams. Steven Adams plays
gobble up every rebound.
Terrific defense, but on the defensive side, rebounding. When you go against teams like the Spurs, how would that? Is Melo gonna block? Melo ain't blocking nobody's shot. Melo ain't chained. Then he's not. That's
Melo will box out and get a rebound. I will say. I'll give him that.
But against more physical teams,
who's he got to guard? LaMarcus? I think he's all right there. Actually, I think he's all right in that moment.
What about Timberwolves? When you got to guard. He's not gonna be guarding.
Nah, he's not gonna be guarding Anthony. That's gonna be Steve.
Big ass, but it's the other guy, the ball head guy,
Gordy Jang.
Gordy Jang is physical.
Gordy Jang is very physical, but Gordy Jang is a jump shooter as well.
He is, but I'm talking about the other one. I forget him. He went to Louisville. He went to Louisville.
Are you talking about he got braids.
My man, now he got the headband. He got the head. No, I'm sorry, Payne. Payne from Michigan State.
I ain't worried about him.
He went to Michigan.
Him at all. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But I'm telling you, it get physical down there.
Yeah. He'll be all right. He'll be all right to get that guy. If he was going to say like an old, Randolph or like the old Grizzlies type, that's different now.
Yeah, he ain't with them no more.
Yeah,
so, but you know, and the way the game is definitely changed. So Melo could have made that jump a long time ago, and I think Melo has the body for it.
Yeah.
But playing a four and playing defense and being an enforcer, where everybody isn't an enforcer because Dirk was never an enforcer. No, but it's a mindset. Melo, this gonna be interesting, but they only got one ball, and that's the thing with people saying with Kevin Durant. But I'm like, no, he went into a perfect system that loves to pass the ball. You got to think about it. Nobody holds the ball in their hands. It's not ISO. You're not ISOing in that system. Well, if it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you might see Steph do his little thing when they're already up, and just Steph being Steph having fun.
Game,
yeah. But Steve Kerr, you pass the ball. The center gets a touch of the ball, and he passed the ball. Draymond, all 5 guys touch the ball, and you don't have that in a lot of systems. So it's gonna be interesting. I want to see how these guys coincide with each other.
I think it's gonna be hard for Billy Donovan. Very difficult. He already can't corral Russ, and I think that's part of the reason why.
Who can?
I think that's why. Who can? So you add a Melo.
Yeah, it's like
you add a PG. Like PG might be a little more coachable with a Melo. Yeah. Melo, what you gonna tell Melo? Billy Donovan.
You seen that interview when it was like something about coming off the bench. Melo was like, who?
Right.
And then Melo says
low key. Like,
yeah, he's like, what you talking about? Like, I'm not coming off, but it's like you still got that. Melo. Like, I done did this, and Melo be balling. Melo is definitely one of my favorite scorers.
Okay.
When it comes to favorite players, I don't know if I can say Melo has been one of my favorite players, but it's like
the 2000s, I would say it's hard to keep him out of there.
Yeah.
Who's better than him at like the 3, 4
scoring
swing man?
And he can score in every which way. Post.
Easy.
Footwork is crazy.
30 feet away. Yeah.
And he got handled too. That's what I'm saying. Like Melo, and he got this little hoodie he be playing in. Yeah. Like Melo be kicking. Yeah, like everybody.
Hoodie is a beast.
Melo with his hoodie on and just be going off. It's like this Melo is crazy. And it looked like Melo was slim down as well.
Melo needs to slim down if he want to play at the top level of the Western Conference like he's going to have to. Think about this.
It's interesting right now.
The grit, the Warriors versus that current constructed roster. It's a very tough matchup for Melo.
It is.
He has to guard KD at some point in the game, likely. That's killed.
Paul George.
That's killed.
You can't do that.
No, I'm not letting Paul George guard KD. No, I'm not letting him do that. I wouldn't do that until fourth quarter, maybe.
Okay, maybe. Because Draymond gonna be on the glass, and it's gonna be like, I want to see how Melo is gonna match Draymond's physicality, and that's gonna say a lot because Melo ain't gonna let nobody punch him.
Melo don't like, if I say Melo ain't about getting punked.
He ain't gonna get bunked out.
But he also ain't about giving maximum effort.
I can see them too. Draymond and Melo gonna blow up in one of these games. I can see that because what KD did at Westbrook, not Westbrook, but what he did at OKC, what he averaged like 39.5, like 40-something points to them guys last year. This year, they're going to come in with an emphasis. And we know Westbrook will love nothing more than a Send 'em Boys package.
Of course.
Definitely. But, Westbrook got his help now. So
he got help, but they ain't got no bench. You can't name one bench guy. Hard to.
Let me see. Who is...
I could throw somebody out there, but it's hard to name like 3 good bench guys off their team. They let them all go.
You're right. Oh,
they still got the boy from Duke, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. No, the big white boy from Duke. Kind of can shoot it a little bit. Plays hard. Forget his name.
Nah, man. I don't
Not on there?
Nah, man. Oh,
Cal Singler. That's what I'm talking about. Cal Singler. That's the only one I can know. I remember.
I like Patrick Patterson.
All right, Patrick Patterson.
That's some defense, but
not bad.
Second string. Who's going when Melo go through? Not Melo. I keep saying Melo. That's always been a problem for me because when Westbrook go to the bench, it's always been like, well, who are you? But when you got Melo and you got Paul George, now you got 3 guys that can give you 30. True. Westbrook can rest more. True. Will Westbrook want to rest more?
No chance.
Probably not, and it's just the way Westbrook plays. So I want to see how him and Melo is gonna get into it. Like how are they gonna coincide? Because I remember it was times when KD would be open. We know Westbrook. I'm about to go score. I'm about to do this. KD would be like, And KD just got so sick of it. It's
Body
like,
language
I can't. Yeah, you seen it. It's like, I can't keep doing this with this guy no more.
Right.
And for that to be one of his best friends, you didn't give him a heads up and all that. But that just spoke to how it is. KD was like, man, I'm not. We can't keep this going on. A lot of people they understand. They like it's a business move at the end of the day.
I blame coaching.
Huh?
I blame coaching again. I blame if you're not having a system that would allow both of these guys' talents to contain on that same.
Because I didn't like the ISO
It's terrible,
and it happened all the time. They'll be beating San Antonio 88-60. Going into the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter is now 106-106.
Yeah.
ISO.
Yeah.
Nobody trusted the players on the team.
Possessions. After empty possession. Right.
And it happened. And then them guys had James Harden. And them guys had Ibaka. And that's when before Ibaka, I don't know what happened to Ibaka. This guy just moved out to the 3-point line. He lost all his physicality.
Yeah, you got the boy Reggie. They drafted Reggie as well.
Reggie Jackson, they can draft.
Drafted? That's the best drafting team, I think, in any sport. I can't really think of anybody that's had more hits as far as like dudes that should have been number one in that draft.
Oh, man.
Who's better than James Harden in his draft?
That hurt.
You see what I'm saying? Like, who was better than KD in his draft? Like, I don't think.
No. And then
who's better than Russell Westbrook in his draft?
Man, that's crazy.
It's tough. And he had Jeff Green.
And that's what sucks about a small market team. Because like you can't.
They do that.
They should have a salary cap. Like, baseball ain't got a salary cap. And the Yankees can go get whoever they want.
Yeah,
Now the Yankees might not win it all, but it's like it kind of, I guess put one hand behind the back of a team like an OKC. The smaller market team, because LA like, okay, we ain't worried about y'all, because guess what? When that contract comes, what you going to take him for?
We'll pay the luxury tax if I'm LA.
Yeah, so it's like, I got the money to do it.
But it's on Sam Presti at this moment as well, I think, because the contract he gave to Ibaka, the $88 million, I believe is what he gave him.
Ibaka was the man. You cannot be mad.
Are you going to pay him or are you going to pay James Harden?
At the time, see, I was in basic training at the time, so I heard James Harden stunk it up. But now looking at it, it's James. I would have tried to keep them both, but I heard it was some other stuff that was going on.
I need James Harden, dog. I gotta have him. Man.
But Ibaka was down there banging with Gasol. This one, Gasol was
James Harden creating offense.
It is.
James Harden
they
is my
sick.
second point guard.
They sick right now.
I'm just saying.
They sick right now.
Bad
because I remember as soon as that happened, I was like, "Whoa, James Harden can do all this." Like, I know he was good at Arizona State, but I didn't get a chance to see this game.
Watching.
So when you said something about coaching, that was on the coaching because like. So James Harden first game with Houston, he just drops this. He dropping 40 and all this stuff. It's like, why wasn't he doing this OKC? But it's like, why didn't y'all create the opportunity to give James Harden that spotlight? And then they would have seen, they would have been like, man, Ibaka, you gotta go.
If you don't think that they was at practice and knowing what they had, I believe they were just trying to keep it a little bit under wraps so that his value wouldn't exceed what they could pay him.
And guess
That's kind of what it was.
That makes sense. That actually makes sense when you say it. I'm like, man, this James Harden, this dude, like, don't.
That didn't come out of nowhere, dog.
I'm like, he been doing this, like,
doing that,
and he did it immediately. Like as soon as he got there, it's not like it took him 2 years and he had to progress to it. Like as soon as he got in that Houston uniform, he like, whoa, this is what they had all the time. So, like you said, this might be one of the best. That might be one of the best drafting teams, but they gotta work, and we got to see what they're actually going to do with this three that they have now, and hopefully they can keep all three. And Paul George don't go to LA because that's probably going to leave.
They go, man.
But maybe they got these guys together just so they can show Westbrook like, hey, we can get players to come, but can they stay?
It's an experiment. It's an experiment. That's why everybody got 1 year deals basically. I mean, real short term. Nobody's making any real commitment. He still ain't signed that 2017 $217 million deal they offering.
He gonna break the
bank. He ain't signed that.
Westbrook gonna be the highest paid. He's gonna get 260, 270. I
think. That's the deal I believe they can offer him right now. That's the max deal they can get him. It's like 216.
All right.
For 5 years, I believe. And he ain't signed. He ain't touched it.
Wow.
I'm good on y'all, man. I think he's out. That's a clear indicator.
All right, y'all heard it. Stan said he think Westbrook is out after this. We'll see. We'll go on. We'll see what happens because, LA got a lot of cap space. LA can go get everybody. They talk about LeBron going over there, too. Why did they go get a Westbrook? They already got Lonzo.
Got the boy
and
Lonzo.
then Paul George, too. Man, so OKC can look totally different after this year because all three of them could possibly be gone. But we'll see. Anyways, I appreciate everybody for tuning in and checking us out. Like I always say, it's not about who said it first. It's about about who got it right. From me to you, signing out.